A general reading today, plus a free chat bar reading for those that turn up in the chat bar. Today, I'll have a small channel message that will come first, and then that general reading, and then after that we do the chat bar. So just wait till I ask. Anyone that's watching this afterwards, anything that's in the chat bar that's for other people, the messages for other people, that can also be for you as well. So it depends how you feel, whether you just want to watch the general and carry on. But sometimes if you feel a pull to, there might be an actual message through the chat bar messages as well for you. I have a website called Codes to a New Reality. And I'm also on YouTube as Bobbie the Messenger. I do intuitive counselling and psychic readings, channel readings connected to the Akashic records. I go straight there and I can feel through messages pull through for you so that you can ascend easier. Hey Ginger, good to see you. So this is going to be going live right now through to Facebook and YouTube as well. Please, Facebook, especially Facebook, if there's anyone that's pretending to be me, or if there's any other readers that are trying to get you to follow them, it's not me, they're frauds, it's got nothing to do with me, so just ignore them, please. Same with on YouTube, anything that comes up that doesn't feel right, please trust your own instincts here, because anything that you want from me is down in the comments. So all the details are down there for you. So I was feeling into this morning's energy as I was driving home from dropping my daughter off to her work, and I was really feeling there's this, well, they were bringing up a dream that I'd had years and years and years ago, and it was one of those really interesting dreams where I was looking outside and I could see tubes of they keep saying black light, so it's really interesting, but these tubes of black that were coming down and just taking away everything that wasn't going to go with us into this new frequency, and anything that was out of balance, anything that was going with the old program, it was just these tubes of light just taking everything out, coming from the sky everywhere. And the only way that you could avoid them was to come into center, come into stillness, come into loving and trusting yourself and that sort of thing. The weird thing was, when I woke up from this dream, I was also on the radio stations trying to tell everybody this is what we have to do. And I have been on radio stations, haven't just recently, but I have been on quite a few of them. But in any case, when I woke up from that dream, one of the very first things that I saw on my Facebook postings was someone who posted a remote viewer that was working with the government. And when I clicked on it, this remote viewer had remote viewed exactly what I just saw in the dream for the future. But they saw it as like energy coming down and poking holes, like they said it was like poking holes in a pie. And so it was very, very similar to what I just woken up for. And that's when I start to realize, okay, that's got some bearing to do with what's happening. Now, they're bringing that up now because they were showing me like a washing machine, and people like an unbalanced washing machine where the washing just goes dum, 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 dum from side to side. So they're going from one story to another, and it's just their logical brain thinking it knows it all and that it's not trusting. And so it keeps jumping from one past story, or someone will say something and they'll just go back into that story again, and then it just keeps on ping-ponging from one side to another, but they're not trusting their imagination to move themselves out of it. They're not trusting their intuition. They're poo-pooing it. They're scared that they're not going to fit into society if they do that. But the problem is they're not fitting in with these new frequencies that are all to do with balance. So this is what this is all about at the moment, is us coming back into our balance and loving every part of us. And when we love every part of us, we step into this world, start to become the central part, the central self, and then we create from the center of us out, because we love who we are from the center of ourselves, every single part, every flaw, everything that we are in existence. We're just it's just a feeling of love for that. And then we move through life like that. We literally start to create a new reality around us from the inside out. So it's really important with that stillness they're talking about. That is actually loving self. That is accepting every part of ourselves. Hey, Mark from YouTube. Hey, Donna, Lucy, Sumac. Hey, Karen from Facebook. Hey, Jules. Hey, Kelly. Good to see you guys here. Okay, so let's get into this. Well, I hope it fell, but I'm not going to take them. I'm doing it back to my normal because I felt like I was reaching over too much to be able to see you guys and what you're saying. I'm going to. I've got a camera here. I have to set it all up, but we're in the process of buying a house, so I'm going to wait till I move and get into the new house before I set everything up properly. So that's where that's at. The other thing is I threw the dice for the general reading as well, and we have 2 9s and then we have a 5. So 2 9s to me is really coming to the end. We're pushing the end of the limit of the old program. 5 is a journey into something new. And if you add up 9, 9 and 5 in numerology, it will actually come back to 5. So this is all to do with creating a new path for ourselves and really trusting who we are in this new path. Okay, so let's do the journal. So we've got the 5 of Chalice in reverse. I'm feeling a real, I don't know, it's like an energy of push. If you haven't noticed, I feel a little bit different this morning. Usually I'm like this, hello, gentle, la la la, and this I'm like, have this kind of determination about me to just break through the illusions that we hold within our mind, and just, you know, whether we look like we're a little bit out of sorts or a little bit out of character, so be it. So we have the 5 of Chalice, that's in reverse, next to the 10 of Swords in reverse. And then we have the 9 of Pentacles in reverse. And I'm going to check my cards. They're not all in reverse. Okay. We'll always do that. Okay, so the 5 of Chalice in reverse. So it really, really, really is time to let go of looking at the past now. This is time to start to take a new stand and trust those, just the unknown behind you. Trust the unknown in front of you when you do turn around, and really recognize that everything that's happened to you in the past happened to bring you to this point. It brought you to this point right here, right now, because the energies are aligning with you to no longer to have learned everything you can from the old energies, and then bring you into a point where it's everything that's happened to you to show you where you were lacking in your love for yourself, where you weren't standing up for yourself, where you were lying on the ground and just taking blow after blow. And that meant that you were like saying to the outside world, it knows better than you. It is the outside world is better than you. And yet it is a reflection, because we are all consciousness and we're all one, reflecting each other. So that means that you're actually saying your reflection, or the mirror in your life is better than you. That's just impossible. It is only a reflection. So then we have to look at how we feel about ourselves. We really have to take a deep look at how we feel about ourselves. So we also have the Nine of Pentacles in reverse as well. So this is an upright, a wish coming true, moving towards the wishes that we really want and trusting that game that it's going to happen. It's in reverse because we're still going through that real massive letting go. I know it feels like I'm repeating even from last week, but the thing is the energies are just compacting into this. This is a challenging time for many of us to go flip-flop back and forth into creating the wishes that we want, and then going back into just feeling what that old program was all about, and then realizing, oh my God, I've hooked myself into a story again that I don't want in my reality. How am I going to shift it? Come back to center, come back to center. And then see all the wishes that you want and say, that's what I want, universe, please give that to me, and so forth. Hey, Genevieve from Facebook, Jilly and Christine from Facebook as well. Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. Good to see you guys. So let's see what else we've got here for the general. So yes, I do intuitive readings as well, and psychic readings, and I just my whole self of what I'm here to do is to help guide you to become the best that you can possibly be. If we're all doing that, then we're all starting to create the reality that we want, right? We don't need to even wait for anything to fall, we just become. So we have the hermaphrodite. I always get this one wrong. The Hierophant, the Hierophant, just excuse me, I'm dyslexic and it takes me a while to get things right, especially names, the Hierophant. But I do know what the message is, so that's good. So Hierophant this is to do with us in our new spiritual connection to, we're dropping the illusion of religious context where it was a group outside of us that we followed, and we're starting to come back to trusting ourselves and that we are our own religion, we are our own spiritual purpose, we're the ones that are creating that spiritual purpose in this reality, just duly because we're connecting to our soul and trusting that our intuition is part of our spiritualness. It's no longer separated outside of us, that's grouped into a group that we go follow, which has strict rules, and then you have to confide by those rules. No, spirituality is an open flux. It's endless possibilities to come your way, but always coming from a knowing that it's something beyond this physical, what our eyes and nose and mouth can feel, smell and touch and all of that sort of stuff. It's beyond it. It's something very light. They keep showing me, TVs that have a picture that's all of a sudden in front of you. But we're bringing this veil closer to us. So the veil is starting to leave. It's starting to open, and we're starting to be able to step through that veil into a different a perception of reality, because we're bringing this in. Whenever we clear something, we're allowing the veil to become thinner between us and the illusion of death. And so the illusion of death becomes part of our reality. The illusion of death falling away, becomes part of our reality. And that means that we can start to converse with those that have parted, and that we're not feeling like we're going crazy. We're in acceptance that is a possibility, that they are there, that they are reaching out. And through us realizing that we're not going crazy because the outside world taught us that, so that we didn't have a connection to our ancestors and those that had come before us, then we start to be able to bring in the wisdom of all of those that come before us. We become whole again. This is us becoming whole again. So there's a lot of messages really pouring through me at the moment. So I'm just going to go with them even through this reading. I just did another really great channeled message as well. So you want to go listen or watch that. That's coming up in the next couple of days. I'll be posting that one on my YouTube. If you want to subscribe to my YouTube, it's Bobbie the Messenger. And I'm just going to keep pouring them through until it either stops or I move on or whatever happens. This is my life for the rest of my life. I can feel it. So we've got Two of Pentacles as well that came up. So we have within this Hierophant that's coming, The Two of Pentacles is like the choice of going backwards and forwards between the unbalanced life and the balanced life, and trusting like the crow coming in as spirit. How are we going to actually make our choices now? Is it because of logic, or is it because of intuition? Well, you know what? It could be because of anything. Everything is conducive to moving forward. Logic is just as important as our intuition as well. It's what brings us into this reality. We've learned a lot from logic, learned a lot of tools on how to materialize things through using our physical hands and everything, and the process of how that all works. So we can use both. But how do we choose? Well, from the heart, what feels best for you in the moment, and not worrying about the future. Because remember, if we're worrying, we're using our logic to dictate the future. We're just feeling in the moment, each moment that we're stepping into. They want us to feel into that moment. Okay, so we're going to clarify these cards. Just thinking, am I going to use this pack or a different pack? I think I might use a different pack to clarify. Okay. Whew. So good to see you guys. Good to see Julie. Hey, Isabel. Elizabeth from Facebook as well. So I will open it up to a free chat bar reading after this general energy reading. So we're going to clarify the Five of Chalice. Five of Chalice, please. Five of Chalice. These are really, really big cards. They're hard to shuffle. So let's see if they work for me. I don't know if I get a couple of these. I'm not coming out. Just in reverse. Okay, I'm just going to pick one of these in. So we have the Nine of Cups coming in for the Five of Chalice. Okay. I'm just gonna choose these, I think, because I really feel like the shuffling of see how big they are. They're really hard to shuffle, so they said it's okay to choose. So I'm just gonna choose. So we have to clarify the Nine of Pentacles. We have to clarify the Hierophant and the Two of Cups. That we go. Don't usually choose, but it felt right for today, so we'll go with that. So Five of Chalice in reverse is clarified by the Nine of Cups, which is fantastic news. Emotional support, emotional awareness of what feels good for you emotionally. When you start to realize what feels good for you emotionally, you're starting to carve a new path towards that, and no longer worrying about what happened emotionally in the past. So letting go of that and moving forward towards an emotional fulfillment of who you are. The Ten of Swords in reverse, how cool is this, is clarified with the Ace of Wands. So really starting to stand up now and become physically grounding everything. So you can use the tools of the past of all of those swords that somebody stabbed you with, the tools of the past of realizing who you are through that happening, to pick up and start to carve a new path towards something different. The Ace of Wands is saying it's a physically get up and do something, physically move through your life, physically ground this energy. Like if you have a desire to do something, physically go out and do something about it. We have the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, which is clarified by the Centennius, the Serenus, sorry, not very good at that sort of stuff, at reading names. I'm trying to say it right for you guys, but I'm really getting the feeling of like relaxing in your life, and not feeling like the shadows in your life and the people that are the nemesis of your life are so scary. Like they could actually be when you start to relax and come into yourself and be in harmony with who you are, like these two people lying here. on the ground, you'll start to see that this shadow is actually empowering you. He's empowering you. So that was that one. Okay. Hey, Em from Facebook. Good morning, Karina. Hey, Katie. Good to see you on YouTube. Patricia, I was at the beach yesterday and had 12 young magpies surround me and sing to me like 10 minutes. Were quite extraordinary. We're starting to connect with the animals, are starting to feel into our vibration as well. That can also be a group of souls that's coming into the magpies and shifting you through their vibration as well, Patricia. There's so much more going on than meets the eye sometimes. So we have the Hierophant with the Four of Pentacles here. So the Hierophant, like I said, was to do with that spiritual acknowledgement within ourselves. But Four of Pentacles is like holding things close to us and making sure that we're safe with this. So there might be a feeling of, well, I need to feel safe before I actually move into allowing myself to create my own spiritual haven within who I am. I need to feel safe first before that happens. Two of Pentacles is clarified with the Queen of Pentacles. So within this choice, whatever choice you make, if you make it from the heart, you will move towards much abundance for yourself and self-nurturing abundance that makes you feel good. So just make sure that any choices that you have, you just keep following your heart's desires, not what it seems practical anymore, because practicality is the old program being in charge. We've got to put it into balance with heart as well. Practical and heart together create something way better, rather than just a practical room that's got everything in it, but there's no beauty. There's no feeling of to desire to live there. Why? Because our soul's coming into us now more, and when we do have that Hierophant and we're bringing our soul in more, then we need to allow beauty to surround us, because that's our soul saying, well, I really love this place. And that is the practical nature of that, right? Because now we really love where we're staying. We love our bodies. We're healthier. We're feeling good about ourselves. So our soul wants to live longer in these avatars, in these bodies. So that means that we can actually live longer as well. So there's that's coming too in the future for this new frequency that's coming out. Hey, Michelle from YouTube. Good to see you, Lynn from Facebook. Whew. Katie, yes, my cat has been guiding me, told me I've forgotten something before leaving home. Isn't that so cool? I love that. Okay, so I'm just going to pick out a couple of oracle cards for the general. Which ones am I going to take? My new ones. Yes. Let's see. Oh my God, we've still got attachment coming out. Okay, so there still might be a feeling within many of the generals and many of the people. Oh wow, they actually fell out with a whole heap of cards. So we'll see what happens here. Attachment coming out, but it actually fell out with two cards that were hidden underneath, and I didn't even see them. So we have kinship, community, or group. Okay, I see. No, it's all right. Those ones before that I understand now. Okay, so attachment coming out for us. Now, through this whole thing, we do tend to feel safe if we're attached to something that feels familiar. And this whole game that we're starting to do now in creating some new reality, using our imagination and shifting ourselves, carving a whole brand new path of unlimited possibilities, because we all have our own possibilities within us. We might find that just to feel safer, we'll just hold on to that one. We'll just hold on to that old program, or just hold on to, let me give an example, insurance or something. And then we're not completely fully trusting reality to support us. So we're still holding on to that. if it gets too sticky, it will push you to a point where you have to let go. In other words, if all of a sudden insurance just goes rocketing sky high and it's just too expensive to take, you literally have to break free from that old program and then start to trust your reality again, that it's going to be okay. I'm living from my heart now. I'm understanding my soul has my best interest. That is my insurance. My soul's guidance is my insurance, and in my reality, that's creating a new reality. It's no longer reliant on an outside company that is that's used manipulating you through their own agendas. That sort of thing starts to fall away. So that's what I'm feeling from that. And we have the shamanic healer, the cleansing attunement. So the shamanic healer literally represents you connecting to your soul again. The eagle is your soul, the observer of your reality, and understanding that there is that connection that we can always, when we sit still within ourselves and stop playing these stories over and over in our mind, and we allow stillness to come through, that we can hear the call of the eagle, the call of our soul saying, moving us towards the right direction. And we start to trust that, because we use it a little bit at a time, and whenever we do, then we end up bringing in more of that, because we go, I saw the result of my soul taking me around that corner, and I saw that my friend who was using their logic went around a different corner and she ended up in trouble, and I ended up in bliss. I ended up feeling really good about myself. So we're becoming our own shamanic healers in this. We're learning to cleanse ourselves and find this attunement within ourselves, this natural ding moment where we're feeling really good about who we are, a sweet spot, so to speak. So, okay, I will open the chat bar up now for anyone who wants to have a one-off card reading, and I'll just pack these up, and then we will see. So anyone that's following now and is after, watching this afterwards, you might still find some of these readings for personal people in the chat bar resonate with you as well. Take what you need, leave the rest. You might be saying goodbye now. So adios, have fun for the rest of the week. Let's see, what am I going to choose? What cards are easier for me, I think. We'll do these ones. Just easier shuffling. So, okay, so we have all of the YouTubers have jumped in there. They obviously get the message first. Oh, no, we have one Facebook there. Oh, we do have a couple of Facebooks there. Well, we have a few. So if I miss anyone, sorry in advance. I don't mean to be rude. It's just the way it flows. Sometimes your message might have come through somebody else's reading. If you do want a full reading with me, I do have, the links below, so you can click on that. My website is Codes to a New Reality. There's heaps of channel messages and stuff, hundreds of channel messages that I put on there. I try to put all my channel messages on there. I've literally got a massive book of channel messages throughout time. Sometimes you can just click on one that means it'll feel something for you in that moment. Okay, so Lynn from Facebook. Lynn. Okay, Lynn. I feel kind of like more of a gentleness around you, you're not too far off the scent, being scented. Water. They're asking you to go into more water, bath, showers, or whatever, but not just for the purpose of cleansing your body, but for the purpose of cleansing your energy and aligning yourself more. There's some alignment coming up. You might be going, like, you have the Six of Pentacles that have popped out, so you might be like looking in. There might be something of the past that's coming up just for you to break through into the next step of your reality. So it might be something that happened to you as a child that that irked you, and now you're bringing it through now so that you can completely clear it. And that's why they ask you to go into the water when you do this, so that it becomes easier for you to connect to your soul tribe, because I think they have something to do with water as well. So there is a definite feeling of clearing something, but it's not a big thing. It's something that's stopping you though from moving forward into this next vibration. So it is time to get rid of it. Okay, so yeah, so we have the Five of Swords as well, and reverse, it just popped out for you. So Five of Swords in reverse is finally realizing you don't have to fight through life anymore. You don't have to be the one that holds up the swords and start fighting. You can actually let go and start to self-heal. So I'd imagine all my energy coming back to me from all of those that you've been helping in the past. Okay, so Karen Angel from Facebook as well. And then we'll do a YouTuber. So Karen. Yeah, two that came out that flipped over together. Interesting. We have the Six of Pentacles again. So definitely and we have a Tower moment. So, but the Tower is in reverse. So you're literally going to jump off this tower on your own. You start to realize that there's something that's almost attached to you from the past. Maybe it's a person, and then you just turn around and go, you know what, or it could even be a location, and you just go, you know what, I'm over trying to make this work. I just want to move on. Something that's a repetitive pattern from the past, and they want to, that they keep offering you things, but it's not working or something. And so I think that whatever it is that's surrounding you, could be your environment, could be a person, but in any case, you're going to make that decision to jump off. And that's a good way of creating a Tower moment, to just go, you know what, I'm going to trust myself, that's actually really cool if you can do that, because you're at least in control of your feelings when you jump. And when you jump and you're in control of, I love who I am, then you're only going to jump into a blissful situation next. But if you jump, if you are pushed off a literal cliff, then it could be the fear, and the fear could end up taking you into repeating it again, unless you're willing to look at yourself as you're falling. Okay, so Donna from YouTube. Donna, so I see a wish coming true for you, Donna, because the stars are standing out for me for you. We have the Fool in reverse. So this is literally clinging on to the edge of a cliff and wanting to jump, but not sure if you can. There is a wish coming, but they want, almost like the wish is coming when you decide to jump, when you decide to be the Fool, when you decide to follow your own gut instinct in your heart, then the wish is going to appear in front of you. So that's what I'm getting from that for you, Donna. And trying to do this a little bit fast for everyone. So we've got Facebook, Julie, look at that, Knight of Wands coming in. So somebody's coming into your life that has a like knight in shining armor kind of a feel. This might be, it could be just doing something around, like actually helping you. Okay, so it could be that you wanted something to be put together, or something, you needed a man because they have the physical, and something's going to be done that you wanted done. Something's going to actually be done, like put together, or they're putting in my head when I needed my bunks put together and I was a single mum, and then this person come along and put the bunks together for me, that sort of feeling. So it could be anything to do with, or a message, somebody that's coming in, writing in on it like a knight in shining armor to help guide you. So you have the Ace of Chalices in an emotional fulfillment anyway, because it's on the bottom of the deck of your pile. So that's for you, Julie. Jules. So now we have Jennifer from YouTube. Jennifer from YouTube. Jennifer. Manifesting your world. Something to do with manifesting your world. Okay, letting go of anything that doesn't serve you now. Finally seeing through the illusion of somebody overpowering you or chaining you into their own silly little illusions that you've given into their silly illusions, and then they ended up. It felt like they were chaining you into it, almost like. Yeah, but this is a time for you to take your power back, and that because the 11 in my dice is really standing out. So you becoming the manifester of your reality, cutting through the bullshit and just becoming the manifest of your reality. No longer relying on other people, and those other people were only chaining you up anyway, and it wasn't conducive to you creating something anyway. Sasha from YouTube. So we have the Chariot coming out for you, Sasha. So you finally start to find balance within yourself, which is moving forward in a much better way. Don't be I still feel a slight fear around how all this works. That fear that you have, that slight fear, is literally your nemesis. You're holding back. You're yeah. And I'm also saying that someone's going to come in and help with something as well. So, but you being in balance is enough at the moment, and just feeling into, okay, am I feeling in balance now? Am I loving who I am in every part of myself? And that is the balance of you moving forward. That's going to take you a lot further than trying to strive to do everything. So we have Sasha. So Isabel. Okay, Isabel. Isabel, you have the Knave of Swords coming in. So it's like a new message within your mind, almost like Spirit's giving you some kind of new perception of reality. It's like stepping into something new for you. It's okay. They're like telling me you might feel like you're naive in this thought, or there's something that's so different that it feels like you're a young person starting it up again, that sort of thing. Yeah. So in any case, there's definitely something coming in new for you to have a different perception of life, so that you could start moving towards a better scenario for yourself. It's like a clue. It's like something dropped in your head, and you're like, oh my God, I see it different now. And that's going to make you make different choices, because it is through our perception of life that we make our choices. And when we get more clarity on what things truly are to us, we end up making different decisions. But if we were holding on to an old story and constantly refocusing on that which relives that, then we get limited in our reality. We don't see beyond that story. We think that's the only way that life's going to go. That's very old program. So, but life is an infinite amount of possibilities surrounding us at any given time, and it's only our perception of our awareness and who we feel we are that creates the next step in our life. So we have Michelle. We have the Queen of Wands in reverse. So I would, if it's Queen of Wands in reverse, I think it's asking you to give a little, give a little, give more, give something without expecting any return whatsoever. Just just give something and not expect anything in return, that's going to shift, because all of it's going to shift something in you, because when you do that, you'll start to feel a whole different sense of who you are and what that actually means to give without expecting in return. But it's also allowing somebody to, you to have an understanding of what it's like to receive as well. Because it's not until we give without any expectations that we in flow with receiving, and then when we receive without having to feel like we're obligated to give back to that person, which stops us receiving. So there's something to do with that with you. So Zal, did I do Zal? I don't think I did. Zal from YouTube. Zal. I did. I get confused sometimes where I'm up to in the morning. So if I repeat anything, that's supposed to happen too, right? Zal. Felt like I wanted me to pick a card then, but it went past. So. It could be, okay, you could be, these two cards flipped over at the same time, so I'm going to read them together. It's like a fight that you feel you have to constantly do, fight for your life, fight for society, fight for the truth, fight for everything, but it's not until you put that fight down that the fight disappears in front of you. They're bringing me to a movie again. I think I brought this one up before, What Dreams May Come, with Robin Williams in it, and he goes up to the Hell Gate trying to find his wife who committed suicide, because he's in the in-between worlds. And when he goes up to the Hell Gate, as soon as he goes in with a fight, then the fight starts to take place. As soon as he steps out and goes, I'm not fighting anymore, the gates just shut and it's no longer a fight anymore. So it's literally us creating the fight, sometimes the illusion of the fight. And when you start to realize it and put down the wand, you start to step into positivity of yourself and become the sun and start to shine instead, and start to become the light, start to move towards what you really, really, really love in this world. And that's going to happen more and more for you. So you're going to become more and more of the light for everyone else to follow and be the guide, just because you love your life. So Sarah, holy crap, I can't believe I missed any of this. Sarah. Oh, actually, Sarah, I only read for cards that have people that say yes, please, sorry, because I want to make sure that you actually do want a card. I'm not sure if I might have read you already. I think I read you. Anyway, it doesn't matter. True School 78. True School 78 from YouTube. So we have the King of Swords has come up for you. Okay, True School 78. Okay, so there's a feeling of having to have everything just right for you, so that you are in control. But the King of Swords knows that in the wisdom of himself, he will speak the truth, and the truth will just flow. And he doesn't need to control anything. He just knows the presence of who he is, and that whatever he speaks will be the truth, and so be it. And that means we can drop the control of making sure everything's right around us before we speak or before we've got to do something. So there could be something in this week that you need to just allow the letting go of trying to control outside of yourself or people or whatever it is. And then just say, whenever I walk into a room and I speak with command, because I love and support everything that comes from my mouth. Okay, so that's for... I'm losing my place here a little bit, sorry. True Skull. Sumac from YouTube. Sumac, we have the Eight of Pentacles that's come in. So you've been working really hard at something, it's starting to pay off, or you're starting to see the rewards, you're starting to see that it's actually coming, you're like coming to the end of your statue, and you're seeing what you've developed, what you've created, what's happened. A lot of hard work here happening. I have a feeling to pull another card for you. Okay, so something's going to come in that's going to help you shift into something new. I'm literally feeling this one letting go for some reason, like whatever you've been working on, at least letting go enough, not entirely, so that you can have a new crack within yourself to see something new that you can do with it or use with it or something like that. Okay, sorry, it's a bit airy-fairy, that one. Mark. Mark, you have exactly what came in the general, the 5 of Chalice in reverse. So I'll just pick one more card for that, which just flew out anyway, and it came sideways. So there is a bit of a just be aware of the fights within your own mind. Just be aware of those fights within your own mind, and preparation to fight. Like your mind might be feeling like it needs to prepare to fight, and that is literally taking you back to the old program whenever you do that. So it was in reverse, so it is saying that it's time to drop the illusion of the fight and move into a new game. That something good's coming your way, but you're not going to see it until you stop preparing just in case something doesn't happen, something doesn't go right. Because every time we prepare for something not to go right, we're asking the universe to bring that not go right towards us. And then the universe complies, and then you reaffirm with your logical brain, see, told you so, I had to be prepared. And then it goes round and round in circles again. But it's not until we drop the illusion of the fight that we start to have a more of a space within our minds of what we want to create. And then if we can focus on that. And what do we do when we create? We carve new paths. We have to use our imagination. We have to see beyond the logic and what it knew. So something really important there for you there. Pula. Pula. So we have the 7 of Wands, and so too are you preparing for a fight. So just be aware of your mind and where it's going and the illusion of that. They are only, as soon as that man puts down his wand, those people turn around and realize they can't fight that person anymore because they need a victim. And even if you're in fighting mode, believe it or not, if you are angry or anything like that and in ready preparation to be, you are in victim mode, because true knowing who you are comes from love. And when that happens, the universe goes, they just want to see everything through love. I'll bring them more love. I'll bring them more support. And this is how it works. And it's one of those hardest things for us to do, because our logical brain has been so tuned into and convinced that it needs to be prickly like a cactus, and just in cases and all of that. We've been programmed so thickly into that it feels very foreign for us to drop those delusional stories of ourselves. More importantly, I'm super grateful to catch this much at least. Sarah, that's great. You can always go back and watch it. So Michelle, yes please. Michelle from YouTube, and then we've got a Facebook one after that. So Michelle from YouTube. We have a few things happening in your life, Michelle. We have, crikey, there's too many cards come out here, but I'm going to, so we have the King of Pentacles in reverse. finding stability in yourself, finding a stronghold of having a beautiful environment that reflects how you truly feel about yourself. You are the magician. A magician came in sideways. So this is acknowledging that you do have all the tools, but are you going to pick them up and use them to create the reality that you want? Cutting through the truth as well. So this is a self-nurturing card of speaking your mind and knowing who you are, by nurturing yourself, by saying, I nurture everything that I speak. From now on, I trust that. And that's going to literally help you use, that's one of the tools that you can use to create the life that you want. And then you have the King of Pentacles in reverse. This is what you're striving to be. Like I am so abundant in my real reality, and my environment is reflecting that. And that's where you're going towards. You've been working hard. So these 4 cards go out for you. So the working hard, 10 of Wands is working hard. So it's time to let go of all the work and just trust in the vibration as well. It's not to say that we don't work. It isn't. I'll never ever say that. Like, yes, we still need to physically work in this world and do, but it's, what are you choosing to work towards? Are you choosing something that you really love, that you're passionate about, that you're no longer, picking up a stick or a job that somebody else might feel really rewarded to do? And then you're taking their job because you're in fear of not having the money, and so you just take someone else's job that would make them feel really good. It's time to start focusing in on what we really love in this world. And that will be the work that we do. And it doesn't feel like work. We're just being ourselves authentically, and the abundance starts to flow naturally, just like I did. I left an ex 2 years ago, and I just started to step into doing this because I knew this is my calling. I really was passionate about it, and I knew I had a lot to offer. So I trusted that, and now I'm becoming abundant with it. So this is how it works, guys. It's no longer picking up, following somebody else's story. It's no longer seeing that they won, or they got what they wanted, so I'll do what they're doing and I'll get what I want. No, it doesn't work that way. Your story could be something totally different. And so we have to start trusting ourselves and stepping into the next story from that point of view. So we have M from Facebook. M from Facebook. So M from Facebook, you've got 9 of Pentacles in reverse. 9 of Pentacles in reverse. M from Facebook. Okay, I literally am feeling like if a wish comes true for you, you're like, oh, it's never going to last. It's like, those old programs in our heads that we used to have, oh, well, things come in threes and then that's it. Or if something happens good to me, it's just not going to last because things don't always happen good to me. That sort of feeling that I'm getting from you. So we want to switch it up. We want to switch it up, start telling our mind, no, I know what I'm doing here. I'm trusting. Every wish is one step closer to what I really, truly desire, and I'm going to accept it and then see more of that coming my way. A totally different vibration of trusting the wishes coming your way, trusting what somebody's giving you coming your way, and accepting that. Then you're no longer sabotaging these dreams coming true. So that's what I'm getting for you, M and Genevieve. Genevieve, I'm going to choose a different pile for you. Different pile. Genevieve. End of something. Creation. So we have the creation card. You're moving towards creating, but you have to create what you really desire. To create this, and look how beautiful it is. something new coming into your life, you have to find peace within yourself, which was the original message that I was getting this morning, is that you must find peace within yourself. How do we do that? We start to accept everything within us, all the blemishes, all the things that we think, so-called think, aren't in line with what other people feel we should be doing. We just accept them, and we start to trust our unique self again, and that gives us a peaceful feeling of it's okay now. It's okay to act like a foolish child every now and then it's okay to be stern and say no to somebody. It's okay for all of those facets of ourselves to be part of who we are, and then we're starting to step into creating something new. So that was for you, Genevieve. Yeah, Karina, you love that shamanic card. I did too. It gave me a really good feeling, actually. C. Megan. Hello, you from Facebook. You didn't say yes, please. So we'll go Sarah. Okay, yes, please. Beautiful. Okay, we've done that. Katie. I feel like I'm repeating now. It's getting confusing. Katie Tiani. So we have beneath the surface, hidden truths. So there's a lot more to you than meets the eye that's going to start coming up now. Having an understanding that everything underneath that who you are is actually been supporting who you were. But you're only showing a little bit of yourself to everybody else. So now it's time to recognize and accept this part that that's been supporting you as part of who you are, grounding into this reality, becoming that, stepping through life as that, being the shaman in your energy, stepping through life saying, I know who I am, I love who I am, I'm going to walk through the shops as the goddess that I know I am. And also the elementals came out for you too. So they're really crying out for you to connect with them at the moment. So go out into on the ground and touch the earth, because there's and it's to do with breathing. When you go out there, like you might sit in the forest and start to breathe in. Whenever you breathe in, acknowledge that their vibration is close by you, because there's some messages that are coming through. I'm literally going tingly as I speak, so it's interesting. That's nice. Okay, Tony from YouTube. I love this family. You guys are great. Thank you so much for being you. You're all so beautiful. I can feel it. Okay, Tony. Oh, no, you're kidding me, Tony. So you have something that's coming up for you as well. How can that even happen that you shuffle the cards? And look what's on the back, attachment. Like, these same cards keep coming through, right? So we really are starting, Tony, you're starting to realize there's more to you than meets the eye. There's more to you than what you've shown in the outside world. There is such a strong, powerful energy underneath you. But we have to stop attaching ourselves to something that makes us feel small, that makes us seem small, because that is what the old program is, that made us feel small. And so that we felt like we needed to keep attaching ourselves to something to make ourselves feel like we're part of something. But we're already part of something. We're part of a soul collection. We're part of source energy. We're part of creation itself. And so it's coming back to recognizing the power of who we are in all of the, in your imagination, the codes that you've had from your past lives, bringing them back through again, recognizing the power of who you are. Michelle. It's lovely to see you live again. Yay, see me again. It's good to see you guys here too. So Michelle from YouTube. Oh my God, Michelle, you got the shamanic healer. That is so crazy. We were just talking about that one, right? And that cards keep on repeating themselves. These cards are amazing, I have to admit. So Michelle, what it's saying is that there is a strong connection. Your soul wants to connect to you. Your soul wants to be heard. You have a soul. It's always present. It's always present, because if your soul left, your body would crumble. You would just be a body. So your soul holds you up. It takes you on a journey. It creates your life. But if we allow our logical mind to keep on dictating to us that we're small, then our soul literally feels that that's the path we have to take to be able to move through this life. So taking back your power with the soul that you have, that connection to yourself, who you are, what makes you you, what makes you tick, trusting that power that you can feel within you that you've been hiding, bringing it forward and moving through life with that. Okay, so what else? Who else have we got? Snizana. Sorry if I've said that wrong. Don't mean to be rude. Snizana. Okay, Snizana. You have, beautiful, I've not seen this one, animal totems come up. So animal energy and power. So we have literal animals giving you clues to who you are and what your next step is. Also, they're saying that you have a shamanic animal. You might want to do a shamanic journey. There are people out there that are guided to do that. I've done one myself where there's like these drumming, and then we went into a meditative state, and then she saw what I saw, and then we found the animal, and mine was a sea eagle. So mine's eagle, which is a connection to my soul, which is obvious because that's how I've had a very strong connection to my soul, being the observer of everything. So you have a shamanic animal, a totem that wants to come through and be acknowledged. You might have dreamt of an animal too that can come through in dreams if you can't find a shamanic healer or animal guidance. That they can come through in dreams, they can come through in pictures or images, and you just see the repetitive one of that same animal coming up. It can literally come and show you, the animal could, but if it's something that's in another country, then you might see it in either your dreams or in an image or a picture. So just be aware of that. Okay, who else have we got here? So we have Lucy from YouTube. So Lucy from YouTube, you had letting go in reverse. So I think it's because, like this says, surrender, freedom from time constraints, letting go of urgency. I think you're finally getting it, that the more you feel urgent about life, the more life tends to throw more at you, and you're starting to realize the more that you let go of the urgency, the more life starts to give you space to create, and space, you have more time now, and not feeling guilty when you do have more time. Letting go of the urgency gives you space, and then allowing that to be present in your life. I don't work crazily all the time. I have spaces in my day where I just do whatever I want and not care about life. Otherwise, I would go insane. And that's what most people are doing. They're going insane, trying to fill their life with stuff all the time so that they feel purpose. And yet purpose is already here. When you were born, you had purpose just by being born. And you are allowed to relax. You're allowed to have fun with life. You're allowed to have space. You're allowed to do nothing. It is allowed. So guys, I'm going to leave it here because I know there's heaps more, but it is over an hour. I love you guys heaps. Until next Tuesday, I'm here every single time, the same time, unless I say in my community, on my community page or Facebook page, and YouTube and Facebook. But if I can't make it, I will state it there. And otherwise, it's the same time every Tuesday, and I just keep this going. So if you want a personal reading, links are down below. I have a lot more opportunity now. It's starting to die off a little bit more now. So go for it if you want to. Love you guys heaps. Until next time, blessings. Bye.